Hi class. So my name is Ashley Cunningham, and this is my Action Practitioner Research Proposal video. So I actually grew up and live in Redondo Beach, California. It's a small beach town located south of Santa Monica. I went to UC San Diego and received a Bachelor's of Science in Ecology, Behavior, and Evolution, as well as a minor in marine biology. So before entering this program, I worked as a paraprofessional for 3 years in my local district, and currently as a substitute teacher, which I've been doing for right around 3 years. So my research topic is actually covering the student-teacher relationship. And my question specifically is, how can teachers foster a positive student-teacher relationship with English language learners at the emerging level while also increasing language acquisition? So I also have a couple of sub-questions. One of them is, does the relationship change if the ELL students are born in the United States or are foreign-born immigrants? And also, does creating this positive relationship change for students that are in middle school, ages 12 to 14, especially because the school relationship changes, as well as does their school schedule. They spend less time with their teachers. So, and I picked this topic because I don't have very much experience with ELL students, only a few days substituting an adult ESL class. So I wanted to, and at least for me, the student-teacher relationship I find is very important in getting to know your students, but also getting them to respect you and cooperate in the classroom as a whole. But I wanted to focus on that relationship with ELL students, as I've never really worked with them. There aren't very many ELL students in my district. So my methodology, so I'm going to be working with 100 students, 50 in the upper elementary grades of 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and 50 middle schoolers. I am going to be using qualitative questionnaires and quantitative assessments. So my questionnaires are right around 8 questions, are going to be used to determine the student perspective of their teacher relationship. So whether or not the students themselves think that they have a positive relationship with their teachers and with the classroom. But I'm also going to be using assessments that use previous LPAC questions to be determining if the students have acquired any English skills, any English language skills. So I'm going to be using these to determine their language acquisition. And I'm going to be graphing and comparing the qualitative and quantitative assessments to determine if their positive relationships actually correlate with language acquisition. I'm going to be doing this in a local school district in which almost a third of the students are ELLs. But I foresee that I may have to expand this at some point in time or do more research on one of the sub-questions, depending on the location of the student's birth. So if there are not very many foreign-born ELLs, I foresee maybe having to move this into maybe a different district of Los Angeles, part of LAUSD maybe, to find more students that have been foreign-born. So my resources, I use mainly online scholarly articles and quite a few published dissertations. I also use quite a few class and online textbooks. A lot of our previous class textbooks were very helpful in this. Our critical friends that we needed in both ITI 660 and ITI 662 was a fantastic part of the experience. Both my critical friends were very helpful and knowledgeable, and they were able to help me out quite a bit with my papers, and they were able to see quite a few of the grammatical errors and formatting errors that maybe I missed. I did a lot of this research on the NU library site. It was very easy to use, and the sources, there were actually quite a few sources. So I recommend that very much. Google Scholar, I use that a little bit as well. So if I could travel back in time, I would definitely start earlier. I found that this was very much an experience when it comes to time management. So I would manage my time better. ITI 660 for me was hard, and just finding the time and sitting down and actually working on the 10-page lit review. And I would, now that work is back in and I'm kind of sort of teaching, I would look for a better way for my school and my work to coexist. That way I'm less stressful at work because I'm not worrying about school and things like that. So future me, right now I'm actually working with a pod of 9 students in the garage of one of the families to help with organization and them just staying on task and maintaining that they are in school. So it's helping me a little bit with the teaching aspect without all of the virtual, without just everything all at once. So for the future, I want to get a clear credential in California, but I still have to pass my RECA and I still have to pass cycle 2 of the TPA because I was not able to do that. My test and everything kept getting moved back. And then I would hopefully eventually like to move out of California to a state where the requirements are almost about the same, so there wouldn't be much more that I had to do to get that out-of-state teaching credential. And hopefully I would be able to teach either 4th or 5th grade one day. Thank you.